Hey, everybody, it's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie. How is everyone doing today? Hope you're doing fantabulous like me. And hello, Penny. Thanks for coming on. I'm happy you're here. I always like to wait for a few seconds before I get started. Hey, Livies. I'm so glad that you're here. You are so funny, Livies. You crack me up. We're going to be making some paper tags. We're going to be making some paper clips from these wonderful little tags in this digital kit that I have. So I hope you all enjoy. I hope you're getting your stuff out for this. So let me go ahead and give my spiel while we're waiting for company to arrive. If you love videos like this one, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. You can do that now, during, or after. But you're going to forget, so you might as well go ahead and give this video a thumbs up right now. And if you love junk journaling like we do, please make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out. And if you just can't get enough of junk journals, you can head over to our community over on Facebook. We have a group, and the name of the Facebook group is Junk Journal Buddies, and the link is in the description as well. And the link is in the description to pleasantcreations.com, where you can find lots of junk journal ephemera and digital kits as well. Okay, so are you guys working on any crafts today? I kind of been in and out today, so I haven't had a chance to do any fun stuff. I've been doing a little bit of collaging, so that's been nice. Okay, so what I'm going to be using is this digital kit here, and like I said, it's up in the shop over at Pleasant Creations, and it is just book page tags is what it's called. Hey, Tammy, thanks for coming on. So you get 5 pages with this. I showed you all yesterday, but I'll show you again. So you get 5 pages, and I was inspired and originally did this so that I can make some mini tags. Bam. So I made a bunch of mini tags here that I could use, and like they're all different tags except for this one. There are some duplicates on here because I wanted to fill the space so people could get their money's worth when it comes to the digital tags. And they only have to cut these once, and they are work very well. They're formatted so that you can cut them with your brother scan and cut if you have one of those also. Hey, I think I said hey Carla, and also Brenda. Hey. All right, so I'm just going to move this over to the side, and we're going to get started. So I already have some cut. I took the big tags out because I'm not going to use these, but I cut these as well. And the nice thing about these tags is it looks like the stitching is like the real stitching. Oh, y'all, let me fix this. This focus is driving me nuts, as usual. Okay. One day I'm going to get like a better way to do the camera settings, but for now it is what it is. Hey, Judy, haven't seen you in a while. And so I'm just going to set these over to the side because we'll use these for something else. I add these to my my tags that I have been collecting. Y'all love tags. They're so easy to make and fun. Hey, Fab Crafts and more. How you doing? Glad you're here. All right. So some of these are small, and of course you can make them as small as you want. You can resize, and some of them are micro size, which is pretty cool as well. So I have all these, and I cut all of these from one kit. And they're already a mini size, so I didn't have to resize those at all. So those are ready to go. And so these are the ones that I made earlier, and I just put them on paper so you can kind of see what they look like. So let's see. Let me get the focus here for you. All right, here we go. So this one has like little dangly beads on the side here. Because what I did was I made some of the paper clips so the paper clip would actually be off of the side of the tag instead of at the top. Because y'all know I like hanging stuff off the sides of my my journals. And then this one is the paper clip is at the top. And I added like a little bit of a what you call it, enamel dot here, and I put some fabric and some lace on this one. So that's kind of cool. And of course they have, and I did y'all did this in a neat manner, because y'all know sometimes I do stuff, well, a lot of times I do things in like a down and dirty manner, so just to get stuff done. But I took my time with these tags this time, so this is what they look like when they're off the paper. And I just pulled out my journals so I can put them on the journal so you can see how they hang. So this is just my writing journal that I have here. And y'all look at this, I was doing some doodling in here. It's like all kinds of hidden stuff in here. I love this journal because it has like a whole lot of different pages. This was just a book page, and I put watercolors on it to give it some color. So when I get to these pages, this was a white page and I just put watercolors on it. When I get to those pages, all I have to do is just write on them. So that's pretty cool. Got some whimsical book pages in here. And so I love this thing. So anyway, let's go to like a blank page so you can see how it looks. And so this is one that I did where it hangs off the side. So let me put it on here so you can see. So if I close it up, that's what it looks like, hanging off the side there. And that's what it looks like on the inside. So it's nice and cute. So let me bring this down just a tidbit so you can see a little bit better, because I know that's kind of far away, especially if you're watching on a mobile device. Forget about it. See, so that's on the side. And then where's the other one? So this one's on the side as well. So let's put this on the same page. I guess if I put my glasses on, things will be a lot better for me as well. They will be a lot better. I don't know why I'm struggling with this. It's really not that hard to put on. Oops. And then this one goes at the top like this. Like that. So you can see how it hangs on the side. Ooh, I like these. I might use these for my journal. But I was inspired to do this because we're doing a swap in the group. So if you like swaps, come over to the Facebook group, because we have a swap going on right now. And it's not too late to join into the swap. Hey, Barb. You going to catch it later? Okay, we'll see you later. Thanks for coming in. All right, so while I got this white piece of paper out too. So you can see this is how the back looks. So I did it again. I did it kind of neatly. And I put like cardstock on the back on that one, and cardstock on the back of this one too. So they're actually pretty on the back. Even though you're not going to see the back, I made the back pretty. Because usually, y'all know, I slap it together. Because that's how I roll. Okay. So let's move those guys off to the side. And let's get going, because y'all, I'll have no idea what I'm going to do. I didn't even take out any fabric to use. Okay, so, okay. First, we're going to put some paper clips on the back. Because y'all know I'm always winging it when I come on here. Hey, keeping it real. How you doing, Miss Monica? So I got my scrap bag out. Y'all, you've seen this a lot because I haven't used up all the scraps, but so I'm just going to let me take this one. That'll be good. I just need to have a strip that's going to be big enough for the paper clip to be on here. And I use small paper clips for these because, y'all, let's face it, these are mini. So I could have put like a large paper clip on this one, but it would be like, it's kind of fat. So it's hard to glue it down when you have like a fat paper clip in there. So we're going to use small paper clips in this instance. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure, if this was at least this wide, I would just kind of trace around it like this one. See, that's almost the same size as this. So let me get, I'll just use my little purple pen here. And for this one, let's move these out the way. We'll do one at a time here. And I don't know why I don't have my old lady glasses on, but I should. Oh, you're trying to organize your scraps? Good luck, because I know how that goes. Okay, so I want this piece to be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to just cut it just a few slivers on all sides, just so I know it'll be like a little bit smaller. All right, and we'll do like a little test here. And you can see like there's just this little piece hanging there. Of course you can cut that off, but since I cut this on the scan and cut, it actually cut where the threads were at. So it has like the little threads hanging there. So that was pretty cool. So let's get our glue. We're going to use some Aleene's tacky glue. And also, I tried to put links to the things that we might be using tonight in the description also. So if you need something that you see and you don't have it, you can definitely go there and get it. And we're going to need a paper clip too, aren't we? So let me grab. My paper clips are all mixed up. I forgot to put the paper clip on here. So I want to put the paper clip with the big end on the outside of, on the outside of this, and the small one on the inside. And I'm going to do this on the side too. And I want my paper clips to kind of stick out a little bit. So this is going to be on the left side instead of the right side. So that's about, so it's so skinny and small, that's about as far in on the paper clip as I can go. And then let us put some glue on here, a spot of Aleene's. And what's nice about using the Aleene's in this instance is it's Aleene's tacky glue, and it gets tacky fast. It's a nice thick glue to use for for said project I found. So that's the glue of choice for this project. And then I want this way, because I want to do some on the left and then some on the right and then some at the top and some at the bottom also. Y'all got a wet rag next to me because I always get glue all over my hands. So this is what it's looking like on the back. Try to make it kind of straight. I'm trying to be neat today. Y'all proud of me? I'm going to cut the threads off of here. Even though they're not actual threads, but I'm going to cut them off anyway. And I didn't have to, on these, I didn't have to do like the vintage photo because it's already, it already has it in the image itself, so, which is cool. All right, so the next thing I want to do on this particular one, hold on. I'm just going to grab a few little pieces of fabric because I would like to use some fabric on here because I love fabric. And I am going to use this one. And let's see if we can do a spot of ripping. Or maybe. Hold up. Let's see. I'm gonna try to use my pinking shears, but they are not that sharp. They need to be sharpened. So we'll see what happens. So Livy said right now she is scanning the back of a calendar that has a tiny version of all the months. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's an excellent idea. So you can use that for the faux stamp swap. I love that idea. They would make good paper clips. You know, anything that you use for the stamp deal is going to be great for paper clips. That's awesome. Ooh, see, that makes me want to just stop and start doing that. All right, so I'm just gonna like put this tag up here. Y'all, this is a no sew project. And these are so small. I mean, I could sew, because y'all know I could sew anything. All right, and I'm going to use my attacher here. My tiny Tim Holtz attacher, which is just a mini stapler. You can actually, I think Walmart even sells these staplers. Not the Tim Holtz, but they have some other mini staplers. Same thing, same thing. All right, let me see if I can get this straight and stay on the camera at the same time. For some reason, I think the camera is a little bit further away from me than normal. I'm gonna put 2 staples in here. That's my attachment of choice for this evening, is the tiny stapler. All right, so that's what it looks like on the back, which we don't really care that much about. We only care about the front. I'm trying to make sure I don't move the actual paper clip around. Hey, sometimes it's good to be creative, Livy. She said if she would have had some of the stuff that I got on my haul, she wouldn't have to be so creative. But that's not true. That's not true, lady. Okay, and then this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. And I'm just gonna make my little notch there, and then I want this to be just a bit smaller, so it won't show. Let's see. All right, we're gonna cut a bit more off at the top, and then we are ready. Now this one, I just punched a hole in here with my We Are Memory Keepers eyelet punch. I used the big bite too, because now I hardly ever pull the handheld one out, but you know, that's just how it goes. It's like the whippersnapper and Old Faithful. It's a fight for attention these days. All right, so this is like a really tiny paper clip, I think, and I'm gonna, yeah, this is gonna be at the top. So I want to make sure if it's at the top, you don't want it to be over the top here or too far down, but kind of just right. So I'm just lining things up. And then now, y'all, YouTube just now sending out a notification to me that I'm on live. How long I've been on for? 17 minutes. They're champions at that notification thing, I would say. Just champions. All right. Let's put this on, and we want the paper clip at the top. We're making it nice and pretty, because that's what today's all about, being nice and pretty. Don't ask me why I want to be all nice and pretty. Get some of that glue off. And I'm just making sure it's pressed on good. And it's not going to really slide around, because that Aleene's Tacky Glue is the bomb. Alright. Now I'm making sure my paper clip's all the way down. Okay. Still got glue. And the hole is still there as well, but I'm not going to use the hole, I don't think. I am going, but I can't staple anything this time, so I could use the hole still. I don't know. Maybe I should have put something in there before I actually did this. Okay. So now let's use some more fabric. And I'm going to kind of do it like I did the one that I did previously. Ugh. If I can rip this. This is a hard fabric to rip. It only likes to rip one way. How dare it. But I can still give it that frayed look, which what I'm going to go for. Hey, Janet. Yay, you're here. We're happy. All right. And I'm going to give it like a little squeak. Y'all, I need some better scissors. Let me take these out. And I'm going to give it a little skirt at the bottom. And I also took out some lace. Hey, Lisa. And so she'll have kind of a double skirt here. Okay. And yeah, I'm gonna open up my new fabric tag. I have some other fabric. I still have the old fabric tag, but y'all, that thing is just getting on my nerves because it's leaking so bad because this part right here cracked. So it's this part right here, not this part. And so if I have it upside down, I have fabric tack every place. And then if I don't have it upside down, it takes forever for the glue to come down. Still have quite a bit left in that bottle, so I'll still be using it, but yeah, no. I'm just gonna, play with the new one for now. My newer bottle. All right, and then, y'all, let me bring y'all down some, because I know y'all can't see what I'm doing. All right, I think we're straight, and just a tidbit more fabric tack on top of y'all. Hey, Rachel! Yay! All the junk journal buddies are here. And I'm okay with it hanging over a little bit. So she has like a little bit of a skirt, which is kind of cool. And then now I just got to figure out how I want to do the top there. And since, let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm just keep going off the cam here. I don't know how I want to do this. I can't staple anything in there. Okay, we're going to have to finagle something here. Let's get, I have my jar of little samples. I think I told y'all I got this from like a estate sale or something. There's a whole bunch of them. You can get them for like 99 cents at the dollar store, but So I'm just going to take some of this. See, this is why I can't be that close, because it's just too close for my hands. Can't move my hands around. So I'm going to wrap this around my hands a little bit to get a few pieces. Snippy, snippity. Snippity, snippity. And I'm just kind of twisting it up so I can work with it, because I am going to attempt to go through this hole here, but I'm going to go past this paper clip. I think I'm going to try. I don't know if this is going to work. This is like some very intricate work I'm doing here. And because I should have did this before I put the paper clip on, but it is what it is. All right, so that worked out, and the paper clip's still on there nicely. Now, since I have fat fingers, I'm gonna try to tie this. Oh, you know what? I have a better idea. Instead of trying to tie it, let's do this. Let's take a different color on here. If I can find the ends. if it is possible. So if you have some scrap thread, you can use your scrap thread on here. And I'm just going to take a piece. I just want one piece, one little lonely piece, and then I'm going to tie this around. I did this on the other piece and I kind of like the effect, even though it takes me a little bit to do it. You know, if this is like one of your TV time things, it's all good. And I'm gonna put it in a knot actually. I just want to make sure it's slid all the way down. Let's knot this so it doesn't come apart. Me and my fat fingers. Nope, that didn't work out. There we go. Now we got that in a knot. And then I'm going to cut these open. Oh, I don't even have to do that. I'm just going to cut the end off. Like this. What Pam. Ta-da! All that, y'all. All that for a little fringiness. But I like the way it looks, though. So that's how that one looks. Yay! Alright. And let's see. So I did this one kind of the same way, too. So on here, I'm going to put like a little enamel dot on here. Because I was going through my beads and stuff, and I said, ooh, look, I got some enamel dots in here. So let's put one of these on to make it nice and cutesy pootsy. I tried to find ones that are not so fat. Because, you know, they're going to add some dimension. We don't want that much dimension. So here's one. We'll use that one instead of this bigger one. Kind of pearlesque. And I'm just going to put a little aliens on here, like a dab, right where the staples are at. Don't need much. And I'm going to use my tweezers because it's easier. And stick it on there. I feel like a scientist using my tweezers. And that covers the staples up. Okay, and then the next piece is I want to add like something dangly on the side here. So what I'm going to do, how do I do these? I need some of these little pins, and I just put some of these pins up in my shop as well because I have a bunch of them. So if you're looking for them, they are in the shop. And I'm going to just put some beads on here. This is like, for me, this is like the low-hanging fruit to how to hang stuff off. I just love using these pins because I use them for everything. Whoever made those pins, I love you. So I'm just going in my jar of little beads here. Y'all know where I got this from, right? I got it from Goodwill a long time ago. I got all these beads. Yeah, I think I purchased a few beads, but not that many. So I just need some to have a decent size hold in them. And of course, you can always like put beads on according to like a color scheme or something like that. But you know, I'm just going to like just stick a few on here. I'm not going to worry too much about the color scheme. Just maybe about 3. Some of these is hard for me to find a hole. And then all I got to do, let's just hang this on here. Close her up. And voila. We have like some little dangliness there. And of course, if you have like some charms or something like that, you can use those. But I have like a ton of these beads and I just want to use beads. I'm just going for the beads this evening. All right, so let's do some more. I also Got these beads, and although you see $4 on here, I got these from, I think, Goodwill too. Yeah, look, 99 cents. I got those for 99 cents. So these are very beautiful. So actually have some of the beads are in here that I have on here. They're cute. All right, so let's do some backs. The backs of a few more here. Let's see, I want some of the really, if I have, here's a little micro one there. And here's another little micro one. And here's a micro one. Let's do some little micros, because these are nice. Oh my goodness, Tam, you have 5 big totes of beads. Can I come play at your house? Please. I want to come play at your house. That sounds like a lot of fun. Hey, Vanessa. It's a lot of beads. Oh, it was a lot of beads in this, wasn't it? For 99 cents, that's a lot of beads. Because I think you can get packs of those, I think, at Hobby Lobby. They're not too expensive, but you know, if you can get them for the price I got them, of course, it's much better. Much better indeed. So I'm just going to use the same strip here of scraps. I'm not taking out anything new. I've been doing good lately with not taking anything new out. Oh, Tammy says she was heavy into making jewelry. That's why you have so many. Girl, we need to swap beads. Except for I don't have that many beads to swap. I have to go buy some beads to swap beads with somebody else. All right. But I have enough to pick from, so I am not complaining. All right, so we're going to use another baby. So I'm going to show you if I put the big clip in here. It's just, well, this cannot sustain a big clip, so I'm not even worried about it. I'm going to put this one on the side also. I always like go to the right, but the last one I went to the left, so it's okay. And I want to do some on the bottom too. I forgot. All right, so let's just put that there for now. Let's cut another one. Let's cut another one. Oh, you're watching the baby. Babies are so cute. They get into everything, but I even enjoy when my granddaughter cries. I'm like, oh, she cries so cute. My mom is like, ugh, what's wrong with you? Like, mommy, she's such a cute little baby. She cries so cute. She's loud, but she's cute. Okay. Let's get another paper clip. So you can do these kind of any kind of way you feel like it. Okay, that's at the top. I don't even care about the orientation of the one on the back, the piece on the back, because, you know, it's like, who cares? Nobody's going to see that. Y'all keep almost going off of the camera, because it's kind of far away from me. I'm going to have to do a little bit of a reset, how to set things up. I did it kind of weird this time. All right. We just need a little more off the top. And put our paper clip on. Oh, just turning 1 on the 3rd. So wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna put this one on the bottom, because sometimes I like to paper clip stuff to the bottom of the page. So I like doing the paper clips at the bottom as well. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And then let's do one to the left. Got another page. So we almost used that whole piece of scrap. That's fantastic. Because it doesn't seem like I'm putting a dent in my scraps. Even when I did, I was doing some collaging this weekend. Hardly put a dent in anything. So a little paper goes a long way when you're collaging, that's for sure. Oh, you got crystals and gemstones. Tammy, do you have a shop? Because you should be putting that stuff up in your shop if you're not using it. Y'all know what I used to do with the books that I would get? I haven't done it in a while though. Is like I had so many books here, which I have like a gazillion books now. I had so many books. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put the whole book up for sale, and if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, then I'll use it for junk journaling. But because it takes me so long to do books, y'all know I'm slow. So I need to start doing that again, like putting stuff up to sell. Maybe put some kits together, some junk journal kits together. And if they sell, they sell. If not, I make a book out of them, make a journal out of them. That way I know somehow, some way, they're going to get up out of here. All right, so I'm going to leave this hanging out a little bit because I like leaving the side ones out so they can have their little dangly things that hang off. Tammy, you talking to me? You asked did I ever figure out the Bohemian bead thing? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, let's glue these puppies together. Y'all, I told y'all about this neighborhood app that I have. I love it, and it, they always talk about stuff that's going on in the neighborhood. First of all, they showed where somebody had a video of a bear climbing a wall, like somebody's yard, like their fence, going in their yard. I was like, oh no. I haven't seen a bear in my immediate area, but that was like only a few miles away from me because they do have bears here, but I've never heard of one like that close to where I'm at. So I was like, I've heard lots of bear stories though. I had a friend, and she said she went for a walk, and when she got home, that she saw a bear like across the street in somebody else's yard. So she went outside to go look at it. I said, "Are you crazy? You gonna go look at a bear? You should be like calling the wildlife people." The long bead, it says you have to use sari material. Tammy, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm lost. I haven't been talking about Bohemian beads, have I? I haven't made any either. No beads. Alright, so here's another one that has a hole at the top already. Let's switch you out. They should be able to switch, I think. Maybe. Alright, so I'm just pressing down on this to make sure the glue is down where it needs to be. I'm trying to get the extra glue off of here too. This one's just a little bit along here, so let's take that off. So that's one for the top, sticking up a little bit, but that's okay. And then this one's going to go to the side. Oh, you had a bear on your... I don't have a bear story. I just saw it on the neighborhood app, and so there's no bear story for me. Like, I have what they call is a bear stick, but I don't know if that would do anything or not. A bear stick. I bought it at the flea market. It actually has a bear on it. But if I saw a bear, I know they tell you shouldn't run. Y'all ever seen that movie, The Reverend? I think that's how you say it, The Reverend. Oh my goodness. The bear scene is horrible in that movie. It's so scary. So it makes me not want to go hiking or running any place. That is something scary. Okay, I'm going to cut the top down a little bit on this. Because I want the hole to be free here. But I want this to come up from the bottom. Nope, a true story. I don't have a true story on the bear. Because I hope not to see any bears. I'll tell you, I had my bear stick out one day. I used to go walking in the neighborhood. This made me not want to walk in my neighborhood. I, um, I was just walking one day, and there was like a van, and it was coming towards me, and the van like stopped, and I don't know why the van stopped. And then there was this dog, and the dog was running behind me. Like he ran up behind me and he was barking. And the dog looked like he was like a mad dog. And I had the bear stick that day too. But I was just like mad because I think the guy in the van saw the dog running towards me. And I never seen that dog before in the neighborhood. And because I've had dogs before, I actually was not scared. So when the dog ran up behind me, I just turned around and I looked at that dog in the eye and I said, "No, no, dog, you get away from me." And the dog turned around and left. Can y'all believe that? That dog could have ate me alive. I thought about that later. I'm sitting up here hollering at the dog, and the dog is like wanting to bite me. I don't even know where the dog came from. I don't know who he belonged to. And I kept seeing him in the neighborhood for a while. And after that, I didn't want to walk in the neighborhood anymore because I was like, oh no, I could get killed out here by a dog. Hey, boo boo. Okay. Well, then you can't talk then, boo boo. You don't run anywhere, Penny. Okay, y'all, I'm using this to punch my holes. Because the holes are on some of these images are almost perfect. Wait, let me see where this is. Okay, I'm not going to punch a hole in that one. And even though I don't know if I'm going to use the hole, I'm going to punch it anyway. That was a nice, relaxing evening. Can y'all hear my dishwasher's loud? I don't know why I always turn the dishwasher on right before I go on. I'm a little cray-cray. Just a little cray-cray. Malls are a good place to walk, but we don't have one that's like super close to me. I want something that's super close to me. Like, you know, when I go outside, I could just walk down the street and stuff, but damn dogs. Nobody wants to get mauled by a dog. I don't know what kind of dog it was either, but he looked rough. And we don't usually see like dogs in this neighborhood that are kind of mangy, and so he looked mangy. Y'all ever seen what a mangy dog looks like? I used to see him all the time when I was growing up. Doggone mangy dogs. We had this dog in my neighborhood when I grew up. I don't know what the dog's name was. He lived at the end of the street. And if you walked up to a certain point, the dog would chase you back. But it would always stop at the street light. For some reason, he wouldn't go past the street light. Like, this was the street light here. And if you walked up this way, the dog, he lived down here. So if you walked up this way, he saw you, he'll chase you back, but he would not go past this point. It was the weirdest thing. So if we had to go down the street that way, we'd always try to go really quiet. Because whoever's dog it was, they never kept the dog locked up, and the dog always chased the kids. It was horrifying. It was like Cujo on that end of the street. Oh, that bandwidth, right, y'all? That bandwidth. All right, let's add some beads. Let's add some more. Let's see what other beads we got in here. Little beads. Let's add some beads. Y'all, what time it is? I don't even know what time it is. Y'all know me. I just be chit-chattling and don't be looking at the time. Oh, we're good for now. Carry some orange cleaning spray. They run at you and spray it at them and they'll leave. Interesting. So I have to carry an arsenal of stuff. just to go walking. I'm gonna put this shiny bead on here. And I like, now we do have a trail that's close to where I live at, which is nice. I like walking on the trail. But y'all, I don't watch like a lot of TV and stuff. I don't watch like a lot of crime shows and stuff, but I think about it when I'm out. And the trails are always back up in the woods and stuff. And of course, I've never heard of anybody getting hurt along those trails and stuff, but I always think about it. I remember one day, see, I got a story for everything, y'all. One day I was walking, and the way the trail goes, it goes like off into the woods and stuff, and goes past a cemetery and back behind a golf course. It's just like so secluded. And I saw this guy, and he was on a bicycle, and he just looked like he was out of place. And he was just sitting there on his bike. He wasn't riding the bike. It was like he was just sitting, and it was like on a part of the trail where, it wasn't that much traffic. And I just turned around and went back the way that I came, because I was like, nope. I don't know what this guy is doing up here. I was like, I'm not going to be a statistic. He's not going to get my hoo-hoo. And I think that's what you have to do. You have to go with your instincts. I'm trying to get this on here. My fat fingers. All right, and then I'm going to put this one on here. One thing I like about these pins is that they dangle nicely. That's a good way to put it. They dangle very, very nicely. Hey, get on there. There we go. See? Dangle. Dangly, dangly. I like that. Carry a cattle prod and zap his fur. There's no, on the trail where I walk, I can't say there's no water, but it might be a little bit of water. But there's no, like, ponds or anything like that. That's why I need to watch crime shows, so they can't get me. Girl. I got another story for y'all. Carla, that's funny. Carla says, we have a walking trails that cut through the neighborhoods and it passes between houses. And these Minnesotan people do, I'm assuming you were saying they don't buy window coverings, and sometimes you can't unsee things. Some of our trails go past houses too, but I've never, I try to look in the houses too, but I had never been able to see inside the house. No such luck. I couldn't be nosy like that. But child, yeah. But I got another story for y'all. Speaking on instincts, y'all, I went to South Africa. This was back in 2007, and I actually went to, this was in Zimbabwe. I went to Zimbabwe, which I said to myself, if I ever had a chance to go on a trip like that again, I would skip Zimbabwe, because it was like it felt so unsafe there. And I stayed in a really nice hotel there, and they had like armed gunmen, and it was crazy. But anywho, so I stayed there, and I already knew like the things I wanted to see before I got there. So I wanted to see Victoria Falls there, and Victoria Falls is like the Niagara Falls of the U.S. and I want to see Victoria Falls. So I asked the people at the gate, I was like, okay, which way to go see Victoria Falls? They said, oh, it's not that far, but you had to go through these woods to get there, right? So I went through the woods and stuff. I mean, when I say you have to go through the woods, y'all, it was very secluded. Anybody could have got it. Would have been harder for somebody to get your hoo-hoo there because the bush at that time was like really low. And um and it did have some foot traffic. But I got to this point where these guys were like in the middle of the woods selling stuff. And so they started talking to me, right? And I was they freaked me out a little bit. I don't really get freaked out, but my spidey senses was going crazy on this trip, right? So, um, yeah, I'm trying to work and talk at the same time. So I go on, uh, so I'm telling these guys I don't want anything or whatever, and the whole time I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they can like just grab me. But they didn't grab me, and I went on my business on my way. And where I went to before I got to Victoria Falls, it was like halfway through. It was this place called the Gorge. So I got to the Gorge, and this was a place where people like did like bungee jumping and stuff like that. And so I watched the people bungee jumping, and the guy that ran the place, he was like, "You want to you want to bungee jump, ma'am?" I was like, "Nope, I'm good watching them." And he says he was trying to convince me, and I said, "Look, let me tell you. If I bungee jump, the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to pass out. I'm going to pee on myself. Somebody's going to take a picture. It's going to be all over the internet. No, thank you. I'm just going to watch." So I actually told him that. So, we had a good laugh or whatever. So I still wanted to go to Victoria Falls, but now I'm like, I, I, I don't know if I want to go back in the woods and stuff, right? Because I'm still having these bad feelings about the woods. So I was just happened to be listening to some people, and the guy says, "Hey, just go this way, and you'll be at Victoria Falls. It's gonna take you like 5 minutes to walk there." So I went back out in the woods, and I walked. I walked down until I found Victoria Falls. Yay, I'm at Victoria Falls, right? So I had a bag that had my camera in it and stuff. So I was walking around Victoria Falls, just minding my business, and the security guard there stopped me. Well, he started talking to me. He was just chit-chatting with me, nice gentleman, whatever. He had on his security guard vest. I felt okay talking to him. And he says, "There's a reason why I stopped to talk to you." I said, "It is?" He said, "Yeah." And he said, "The reason why I stopped to talk to you is because there's somebody following you." Now I'm starting to freak out. And he says, "Just turn around and look over this way, and you're going to see the guy." And he said, "And then we're just going to keep walking." So I saw the guy, and then we kept walking, and sure enough, that guy was following us. He was following us with the security guard was right there. And I was like, oh, crap. So I'm going to staple this and then glue it on. So I was like, uh-oh. He said, yeah, he said a lady, like the month before, somebody snatched her bag and jumped over the wall. He said, we caught the guy. He said, because we don't want them scaring off the tourists. We want the tourists to come. And they said they caught the guy and they put him in jail for a really long time for snatching a lady's bags. He said, but he said, you should be careful carrying that bag because they know that it may be money in there or something like that, which made perfect sense. Me walking through the woods with a bag and I look like the African people there, so that wasn't a problem. That's a whole nother story. But so now I'm at Victoria Falls and I have to go back through the woods to get back, and there's a guy following me, right? So, well, thank you, boo boo. So now I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to get back through the woods? Okay, we're done with that one. And so just so happens while I'm talking to the security guy, this couple comes up, this young couple, and they're like, hey, we have to catch the airplane, but we wanted to bungee jump at the gorge. And ding, 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 I was like, I know where the gorge is. Because my thinking, and I don't really care about them, they was like, we don't know if we have enough time to go. I was like, you have enough time to go to the gorge. My thinking was, now I have somebody to walk back through the woods with, right? So they was like, okay. So now I knew I could get at least like halfway back to the hotel because I got these people with me. So we walk through the woods and we get back to the gorge. So I'm sweating. I'm like, phew, okay. And the guy is not following us any longer. And the couple is happy now. I don't know if they made their flight or whatever, but I knew they didn't have enough time to do all that. But I was like just thinking, okay, we're gonna get back. But I still have a problem. I haven't made it back to the hotel yet, y'all. So I still have halfway to go back through the woods to get to the hotel, and I really just don't want to go back through those woods again. That's the only way to get to the hotel. That's kind of cute. I'm gonna leave that the way it is. And so I heard these ladies talking, and they were staying at the same hotel where I was staying at. So, and they were getting ready to go back to the hotel. Yippee! I was so happy. I was like, yes, I have somebody to go back to the hotel with. So, we walked back, and once we got back to the hotel, so I'm never going in the woods again. And nothing happened to me, but I was really freaking scared after I found out that guy was following me. And I was already freaked out by being in those woods, and those guys had stopped me to ask me to buy stuff. They were just selling like knickknacks and stuff, but still I was like, shoot, what am I gonna do? So I made it back to the hotel unscathed, and I still had like maybe 2 more days there, but I didn't stay at the hotel. Well, I did kind of. Well, not really. I did a few more things while I was there. But, I mean, it was a cool trip and everything. But that one part of the trip I always, like, tell people about. I'm like, you should always listen to your instincts. Because my instincts was going crazy when I went through those woods. And I still did it anyway. So, this moral of the story is listen to your instincts. So when I saw that guy on that bicycle where he looked like he didn't belong, I made sure I turned right around and ran the other way because I was actually running. Y'all, what did I do with my stapler? I lost it. How could I lose the stapler? It was right here. Did I put it back in the drawer? For real though, y'all, the stapler is not on this desk. Didn't I just have that stapler? Oh, it's hiding under... It's hiding under the fabrics. Oh yeah, those do come on clothing. Y'all like that? I'm just gonna put that one staple in that one. Okay, I think we are out of time, and that's y'all story for today. Just remember the moral of the story, ladies. Follow your instincts. Y'all made quite a few of these. And what was very helpful is that I used the tags that were already in that kit, in that digital kit for sure. So let's see here. So this is the digital kit that I use right here. And see, I already have them in minis. And again, you can cut these out manually, but if you have a die cut, you can put these in your die cutter. And see, I have like the minis, so those worked out really well. And then I have some bigger ones. So we have to see what we can do with the bigger ones. But look at this. Okay, so we're going to get closer so we can take a peek. Because I know my story is sending us over the top here. All right, let's come down some. Look at. And let's make sure. Let me take my glasses off. Let's make sure we are focused. There we go. So here we are. So that's very pretty. Y'all like these. I like these a lot. I gotta give some of them away for the swap. I like them. They're like so cute and imperfect. Put y'all up there. Here's a little bit of a bigger one that has a little squat on it as well. Nice. And then, oops. I'm just checking out the time, y'all. And then this one has a little dangly on it. I like that. Of course, you could change the colors, and whoever gets these, they can change the colors as well. They can take those off and put some of their own beads on there if they wanted to. So it's a customizable it's a customizable pen. See, look at that. I like this one's my favorite, I think. Like that. Okay, you go up here. And this one's kind of a simple one, but it has a little dangly. So this goes off of the left side of the paper. Just kind of cool. And this one's kind of simple. We just put some fabric at the top. And we have this one here. So cutesy pootsy. And then another one. So this was a no-sew project, and you can see what they look like on the back also. So just some cardstock. I use the same piece, that little piece of cardstock. Well, this one's not the same on that same piece of cardstock, but and this one's different because I did those earlier for my thumbnail. But for the most part, these are from that same piece of cardstock, which is kind of cool. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 of them. So probably if I wasn't telling my bear story, I mean, not my bear story, but the story of the guy following me at Victoria Falls, that maybe I would have did more. So you have to tell your children that story. Tell them your friend told you a story about following your instincts, because I've told my daughter that story about 1,000,000 times. All right, you all. So that is pretty much it for today. We were doing some serious tags, and you can see some of the tags are the same, but they're not the same anymore. They're very different now, which is kind of cool. So that's it for today. Thanks everybody for coming on. Again, you can head over to pleasantcreations.com to get the digital kit if this is something that you're interested in. If not, there's lots of ephemera there over there. Y'all got over 300 listings at Pleasant Creations. It's a ridiculous amount of ephemera and journals and such over there. So with that, I am going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet lotus blossom, y'all, I messed my nail up. Got glue on it. From your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie, have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.